Hi, this is Conrad Zimmerman of FistShark Marketing. If you like the show, why not support it with a small monthly contribution through Patreon? For less than the price of a traditional marriage, make a commitment that will inevitably end with at least one person unhappy. Just visit patreon.com/fistshark or click the big Patreon button at fistshark.com. And thanks for listening. I got off the phone with Michael Caine.
You disgusting animal. Oh, sorry, you got off the phone with. Okay, sorry, carry
No.
on.
I mean, I could see how you would make that mistake because there is something about that charming accent of his that spellbinding.
Yes. I think it's because I think it's French, and it's the language of love. It's why it melts my heart.
It's like playing a flute for my snake, let me tell you. Anyway, no, but this nothing to do with that. No, he's thinking about making a bit of a career shift.
Really? Another one of our clients with famous established careers wants to make a shift in what they're known for.
Yeah.
I'm getting very concerned about the amount of our talent that wants to do this.
I don't know. I think it's natural, it's particularly for someone who has been acting for as long as Michael Caine has. I mean, this is a man that has just such a extensive, distinguished career stretching back decades. It just makes sense to me that eventually you'd want to try something different, right?
Yeah. Well, I do see that point, and I suppose we should respect the wishes of the man who was the butler to the Batman. You know? He's clearly got the chops. He clearly knows what career trajectory he's on. So, what exactly is it that the esteemed Sir Michael Caine wishes to become?
That's the problem, actually, and I think I'm going to need your help on this specifically because we're going to have to find a way to dissuade him from making this move.
Oh, dear.
He would like to exclusively be a leg model going forward.
Again?
A leg model.
Oh, no, sorry, Conrad, you misapprehend me. When I said again, I didn't ask you to repeat it. I mean, this is the third fucking time with Michael Caine.
Really?
Yeah. I had a conversation like this with him in 2008, and I told him then, especially since that was the height of Batomania, to suddenly cease that gravy train while it's on a roll and go ahead with leg modelling. And I still remember the conversation. Michael, you're still a well-respected actor. You've got all the time in the world to become a leg model. Unlike other forms of modelling, it's a very long career. You could start it at any age. Like think about it for when you're truly burnt out on the acting. And Michael Caine being Michael Caine, of course, with that famous voice, is all like, Michael Caine! You presume to tell me what to do? I will model as many legs as I want! Chiefly mine! Now be gone with you!
So then, how did you manage to keep him involved in the acting for the last 7 years?
Well, last time, I took a couple photos of his knees, said, yeah, I'll send these along, just to make sure you're in the Dark Knight, and then he sort of forgot about it.
Just spaced out and carried on acting.
Yeah, he can get pretty distracted by acting. I gotta warn you, though. You can't fool Caine with the same trick twice. I told you, this is the third time he's done this. The first time he brought this up, yeah, I was able to fob him off with the knee shots. Tried it again when he went after this in 2014, and he wasn't having any of it. Michael Caine, of course, with that famous rich accent, just furious that I'd suggest it again. He says, "You're not fooling me that easily, matey boy. You caught me once with your scurrilous cutthroatery, but it'll take more than that to fool Captain Caine again." So I took photos of the back of his knees that time.
Oh, but now that's front and back.
Running out of knee space.
That's difficult then, because, okay, so...
Yeah.
what he told me, and he was very specific, the knees would always need to be exposed. Like, he really loves the knees.
He is very fond of his knees. Actually, if you look up Wikinedia, it's that website that shows off all famous celebrity knees, mostly for terminal masturbators. Most of the shots of Michael Caine's knees were uploaded by him, not just people who were cropping paparazzi shots and other such images for them to terminally masturbate to.
So he takes a lot of self-knees?
Well, knees must when the devil drives.
Yeah, he said that, he doesn't want to be a pants model at all.
He's still on that, huh? That was one of the biggest issues I had with him when he proposed this the first 2 times. I'm like, look, Michael, I can probably get you a side gig. I can get you keep up with the acting. It's making you actual money. I'll probably get you a side gig doing like gossamer stockings, knee socks, or just a nice comfortable pant.
He'd be a fantastic slack model.
Oh, he would look great in a pair of khakis.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not having any of it. It's almost like he thinks modelling is just about him. When he says he wants to be a leg model, he just wants to model his legs. And there is a market for people who model for modelling's sake, but again, it's probably the same people already looking at Wikinedia.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't do anything more covering than ankle-high socks.
Technically, that makes him a foot model. He's modelling footwear at that point. But you try telling him that. I did once, and he went, "Rouse! Rouse!" with that famous accent of his.
I can hear it in my head. Yeah. He's just very inflexible, I guess. I mean, and that's to be expected, I guess, with someone of his talent and caliber. But that talent and caliber is as an actor, not really as a leg model. I don't even know how he could accomplish the sort of rigorous demands of modeling legs. I mean, just the maintenance alone of upkeep. You don't think about maintaining a certain bronze or getting it to the right tone that you're going to need for an upcoming shoot. I mean, he's going to spend a lot of time on his feet during shoots and then a lot of time off his feet not doing anything because you can't put the property at risk.
They're not even good legs.
Not really.
Inconsistently hairy. And some attempts at waxing, like a practice wax on the calf.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is why hasn't the hair on his legs grayed like the rest of his hair?
That is true. He's got the, what I would call the strong leg hair of a virile 26-year-old.
It is thick, robust. It's not fur, certainly.
No, but it's a healthy man's covering of hair, which I think is what makes the distinctly old person veinage all over them extra disturbing. Actually, no, it's the pulsating and the slight sighing noise they make that's disturbing.
Yeah, he sent over a little video that he made of him doing a runway walk.
Oof. Oh no, video of his legs are the worst, because that's when you hear all the sighing.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Which, funnily enough, I don't know if you know why they do that. The veins in Michael Caine's legs are mostly for the transporting of air and not blood, but they transport too much air. So about 3 times a day, he has to heat up a needle on the end of a lighter and just poke little holes in the veins in his legs. And as he walks, it's just as he's just letting the excess air out of his varicose veins.
It's just the pressure release on the... that's interesting.
Yeah, interesting and alarming.
You make it sound quieter than it really is.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sorry if I'm underselling it. I mean, I've been with him in a crowded Rudfuckers while he's wearing bicycle shorts, and it's not a pretty sight.
No, I mean, it certainly depends on how quickly he's walking, and that was, because as he steps down more firmly, there's more pressure applied to the leg and more gas is allowed to escape.
Take my advice then and don't take him to Rudfuckers, or any burger joint, in fact, because he moves fast when he can self-serve his own pickles.
Well, I mean, I can only imagine, because just even on this runway walk video that I was watching, I mean, it was, like a very solid, you know how the pace of those things can be. It's step, 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 and it was just like all the way along.
And then he does his little, what he calls his trademark, his sprint towards the back when he's done. Gets to the front, does his little turn on the catwalk, and then it's... Sounds like two flies masturbating. We need to get this resolved quietly before they declare a state of emergency, and do not react loudly or really give away anything when I tell you this, because we do not need this getting out. But NationSide has gone rogue.
Hold on. You're talking about the insurance company.
I am talking about the previously America-aligned NationSide.
That can't be right. That can't be right. They're dedicated to the American cause. It's in their tagline. They're on our side.
Not anymore. NationSide is not on our side anymore.
Whose side are they on?
Well, they've declared themselves an enemy of the American people. And they state that once they're done with us, they will move on, nation by nation, until they are on nobody's side but their own. They've gone complete insurance company without borders on this one.
Oh my God. I mean, the implications. I always expected that NationSide would, maybe not be so helpful to foreign nationals, that they wouldn't provide succor and relief to enemies of our state.
I mean, it was always a risk. It was always a risk that one day an insurance company would turn. Whether that would be that they'd start providing health benefits to ISIS, or do as NationSide has done and declared themselves an independent city-state. We always knew it was a risk, but we thought that would come from somewhere else. The general, for instance, I always had my eye on that beady little fucker.
Oh, you can't trust the military-industrial complex. No, if there was going to be a coup, I would have expected it from the general, but not NationSide.
Exactly. NationSide is on our sides. That was the buy-in. They pledged fealty like none other. They were the company we always thought we could rely on, especially if the general was up to no good. And yet, here we are.
Well, they've established branch offices in every major city. This has been a long time coming, clearly. They planned for this. They've prepared.
Well, embrace yourself for this one. So complacent were we that we've allowed NationSide to go, quite literally NationSide.
Why didn't we see this coming sooner?
I mean, at the very least, we should have warned the president about allowing insurance companies to build their own standing armies.
It just seemed like such a good practical solution at the time. Having an organization that is able to go and do the full investigation on their claims and handle all of the capture of any guilty parties for turning over to the relevant authorities. I guess they're considering themselves the relevant authorities now?
They've made themselves an island out of discarded aluminum cans. It floats. They've called it the independent nation of NationSide. That's where they're based, but they have conclaves in every city.
So they built this island out in international waters so that they can't
be touched. Can't be touched.
So then the local offices, are they going to turn those into embassies? Or are they, and they're so well armed.
An embassy would imply that they had any interest in negotiations. At the moment, every NationSide store is its own independently governed fortress. They're made out of thick metal, in some places as thick as 3 inches. There's nothing that the American government has that can get in there. Some of them have trained eagles to lay eggs on command and drop them on people's heads. How are we supposed to deal with that?
How do you fight that? That's madness.
The worst part is, they're American eagles. They got to those bastards too.
The Outfitters? They're in league?
The very same.
Okay, so now if they get attacked, they have the resources and connections to rebuild immediately, and they're going to be fashionable while they do it.
They're going to look damn good, Conrad. They're going to look damn good. And this is before we get to the fact that NationSide was one of 3 insurance companies allowed to build and maintain their own nuclear arms facilities.
Well, so they're a nuclear power.
Yes, because at the time we thought it would be funny.
With a standing military.
Yes, because at the time we thought that was fun.
Very well dressed.
Incontrovertible.
So they're going to be winning hearts and minds at the same time as they maintain a looming threat of nuclear annihilation on us all.
You know what they've already started telling potential dissidents to the American cause?
What's that?
NationSide is on your side.
Oh, can we like turn a fan in this direction or something?
I think that would be considered a circumvention of the general idea of what the senior partners wanted.
Oh, God damn, like it is brutal in here, and
it's not ideal. It's not ideal.
And I can't take anything else off because that was the order to take everything off, so...
Well, that was the point of Nude and Sweaty Friday.
What was wrong with Casual Friday?
Right, yeah, the senior partners thought that we were going too soft on Casual Friday.
Too casual?
Not even that. That's what I thought. When I heard too soft, I thought, oh, they think we're taking the piss. No. We weren't being casual enough. Apparently, when FistShark marketing implements something, even something as Casual Friday, you've got to bring your A game. So, apparently, to inspire that, they replaced Casual Friday with Nude and Sweaty Friday. And it's working. I mean, not in terms of productivity or feeling good or liking my life right now, but in terms of making this office nuder and sweatier. Between the lack of clothes, in some cases those who refused to have theirs burned, which added to the heat, and the thermostat is up to a level I didn't think thermostats could get up to. Not legally, anyway.
The heat is actually on right now. And it is... I'm right, it is August.
Oh, it's quite August.
Okay.
Sometimes today, I've been shouting November really loudly in the hopes that I can trick my body into being cold. But that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. You can't really convince your body of time. It sort of exists.
I expected to have more mastery over it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely some psychological tricks we could try to employ. Like, I don't know, maybe we can get March of the Penguins up on a TV here in the conference room, because...
I think first things first, we need to get a spatula and get Doris out of that chair. I thought it was particularly suspicious that we got all brand new expensive leather chairs the day before Nude and Sweaty Friday.
It does seem a little bit cruel and unnecessary, and nothing says cruel and unnecessary like the senior partner. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a planned decision.
On the plus side, most of Terry got out of his chair.
Most?
There's a new cover for his chair that is bits of Terry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd anticipated that concern the day before. I thought all these idiots are coming in tomorrow nude, they're going to be sweaty, they're going to be sitting on leather chairs, and I pre-greased mine.
Ah.
I got some grease from the break room, smeared that up and down the chair, so I'm pretty slick.
Yeah, you're just slipping around on that.
I am cooking, though.
It's that warm. Okay, so that's what that smell is.
Yeah, and that represents a problem for me, because unlike a lot of people in this office, I can get out of this chair anytime I want. But I didn't anticipate the smell of me quite literally stewing in my juices would be so tantalizing.
The wolves in the pit they've been howling all day.
Oh, yeah, I can't go near there. I went up to go bathroom, walked past the wolf pit, and I smell good enough that they're extra jumpy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're also extra angry because it's very nude and sweaty in this office.
It is very, very nude and sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, almost.
Well,
almost nude and sweaty.
There is a saving grace of the day. It's pretty much the only thing that's gotten me through it is Craig's exemption clause.
And again, like, when I thought that Casual Friday meant more casual, that's why I went ahead and put him in all of those layers of sweaters and coats.
Well, of course, at least 10 layers of clothing for Craig the intern who doesn't get to do Casual Friday.
He doesn't get to do casual anything. It's in his contract.
No, he's an intern. He doesn't have time to be casual. I'm glad you did that. I took the liberty of denying him water for the day. By the end of Friday, I fully expect that there's going to be no liquid in his body. And I, for one, am interested in seeing what that looks like.
Just a sort of a drained, shriveled prune is what I would expect. Well, like a Craig prune.
More than usual.
Well, it's so hard to tell, like, what is, like, shrinking due to dehydration and what's just, like, the naturally occurring scar tissue from burns and cuts and abrasions. It's tough to tell. So, I don't know. We may want to require him to remain in that through the weekend just to be sure that we can tell a noticeable difference. Because I don't know if I'd be able to tell what's a cause of the sweating and what's a cause of just being Craig and being unfortunately ugly.
Plus, also, I have been using him to cultivate a potentially deadly strain of jock itch. It was just something Night Scream's working on. And I don't want him to take his trousers down. Not on a day as nude and sweaty as this.
Oh no, that would spread everywhere.
On the plus side, I have been tying his hands behind his back every time he's in the office so he can't scratch.
That's gotta be fun. I haven't seen him bound up yet, but I know his crotch has been driving him crazy for the last couple of weeks, so... Oh, that's good. That's good. Because it's one thing to see him sort of maddeningly scratch away at that region of his body just like nonstop. But the idea of the expression on his face as he struggles to try to reach, that's even better. That's inspired, Jim. I'm really pleased. And I'm sure Night Scream's gonna be thrilled that you've at least managed to find some control exercise for it.
I'm nothing if not a company guy.
Well, I gotta admit, like the pool of sweat that has been developing underneath everyone's chairs, I'm a little worried about the carpeting in the building. If we're gonna continue to do nude and sweaty Fridays, we may need to just start putting some plastic down or something, because I think the funk is gonna get into the fibers of the carpets, and it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, we'll be stuck with it forever.
To be perfectly safe, I think every Friday the office needs to look like Dexter's Kill Room.
Yeah, plastic on everything. We'll have Craig come in at like 4 a.m., put up all the plastic on everything, get him into his sweaters, and then that way we can sort of mitigate the damage and risk to the office.
Yeah. And then I think for cleanup at the end of the day, we get Craig out of his 10 layers of clothing. We put him in the best suit he has at his house. Just whatever he considers his best clothes. And he can roll around on the plastic afterwards to soak it up.
Oh, that'll be really efficient.
I'm thinking, that way we keep the plastic clean, we can reuse that, save on costs. I'm nothing if not a company man. I do have one question about this whole situation, though, about this whole Nude and Sweaty Friday situation.
What's that?
Why are we doing it on a Thursday?
FistShark Marketing is Jim Sterling and Conrad Zimmerman. Theme music by Ben Rama. Additional music by Alazar Chan. Our editor is Austin Yorsky. Get more episodes and learn how to support the show at FistShark.com. Follow us on Twitter at FistShark for more of our exploits. Complaints can be forwarded via email to fistsharkmarketing@aol.com. And remember, those who capitalize get the credit. Goodbye.